That's so funny because I was going to say yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Welcome to episode 5.
Yeah.
We're losing count.
This is Funny, Hot, and Very Cool. We are a podcast, and I'm Hannah.
I'm Kimmy.
And welcome. You couldn't join us for the next 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, I ambushed you with it.
Holy shit.
I feel like that
This
was
is
like
spicy.
Yeah,
It was crisp.
that was a good one. I feel like today's going to be chaotic because first of all, the fly's gone, so that's good. No chaos for that reason.
Did you name him?
No, I killed it shortly after we recorded that episode, actually.
Oh.
I meant to tell you. But I feel like this episode's going to be a little chaotic. Oh, clink.
Ching,
Tintin-moi.
ching.
I didn't sip. Oh, no.
7 years of bad sex.
I'm already in it. I was saying I feel like today's going to be a little bit crazy because I'm really anxious and I'm funnier when I'm anxious.
Today's going to be a bit crazy because I'm also emotionally just all over the place.
So we use humor as a means to cover up what we're thinking and feeling.
Seriously.
Hell yeah, go us. Have you
Coping
been?
mechanisms.
Otherwise,
just vibing, riding the waves of life and our current reality. That's really all I can do these days.
yeah, I feel that.
I say that, but I'm not good at it.
None of us are.
No.
How can you be?
No. And it's crazy because I know that everyone expects me to be so perfect and just like gorgeous all the time and just
so
like
funny and hot and cool.
yeah, and I am, but you know, sometimes the point
Sometimes you
zero
get a
nine
little
nine nine
tired.
nine 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 percent.
Yeah, you get tired of being funny, hot, and cool.
Yeah.
It's tough out here. I've been going to a lot of comedy shows to distract myself.
Yeah, I've gone to one or two, but you've definitely hit up more than I have.
Yeah, well, I mean, a nice side effect of the writer's strike is that a lot of our favorite comics are going on tour,
Very true.
which has been really lovely. I've had a chance to see a lot of people that I love. I just saw Mecky Leeper. I've seen Colin Jost and Michael Che. I got to see
Yeah.
Matt Rife in person.
That's great. Was he just as hot in person as everyone
I don't
says he
think
is
he's
online?
hot.
Okay.
His face really bothers me.
Really?
Oh, and this can be the rest of the episode if you want.
Okay.
I have assessed his before and after pictures because I think that he's gotten some work done, and I am not going to shame that. But he just, whoa, hey,
He just doesn't look
he just
like...
looks a little weird now.
He looks like an ad, like before and after for like one of those like jaw
Yeah.
workout things.
Yes, that's what it looks like. It looks like he chews
He
a lot.
He chews the 90s like bouncy balls.
Yeah,
Like
he
the-
has the facial structure of like hot Squidward, where it's just like mad chiseled, but like not in a good way.
He is
Yeah.
hot Squidward. Yeah.
And I saw his stand up that he was recording for Netflix, and his whole shtick on TikTok is crowd work. That's like what he's good at and what I think is really funny.
yeah.
And what also I think makes you super talented because you have to think on your feet instead of rehearsing like a set.
For sure.
Um,
And then you get to make fun of people. Do you like
Right.
crowd work?
I do. And I've been called out before. One time my sisters and I went to a comedy show. We saw Joel Dommett in London.
Ooh.
And we got called out for being American, and then we got made fun of, and it was really funny, and I love like that interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So typically I do. Yeah, I'd say I'm a fan. What about you?
I think it depends on like the vibes of the evening. Like if I'm
Mhm.
with the last comedy show I went to were with some like former coworkers, and I think it would have been fine because they were like coworkers that we were like cool with.
Right.
But I'm like I don't think everybody I would like on a first date.
I
I
was
think
just
it would
about to say
depend.
it could definitely get a little awkward, and I've seen crowd work before where there are couples like sitting in the first row,
Mhm.
and they're like, "So you dating?" And it is like a first date, and then you're just like frozen in place,
I
and you're like, "This sucks."
I just watched like a TikTok or reel or whatever, and it was Steph Tolov, I think is how you say her name.
Hmm.
She's really
I don't know if I know who that is.
funny. She's really funny, and it was like a clip of her doing crowd work, and she looks over at this like I guess guy and girl, they're like off screen,
They're
it's just her.
siblings.
Well, she was like, "Oh, whatever," and it's like, "Oh, you're I don't think she asked if they were dating, but it was like, oh, it's like employee, like manager and like
Oh,
reportee.
that's just about as bad as it could get.
And she was going to do crowd work, and then some guy in the back starts yelling, is like, no, their company sponsored the show, like, move on, move on. And she's like,
Oof.
she's starting to be like, oh, you have something to say over here. And people were cackling because
Oh
she's
my
really funny and
gosh,
like witty
yeah.
with the crowd work. And just as she's getting like all wound up to like dig in, he gets up and goes to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, should I follow him to the bathroom? Anyway, then he came back after like two other comics had gone. She comes back out on stage when when she sees him.
To do the bit?
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
that's
other
so
comics were
funny.
cool with it. And then like he left. He
Mm.
didn't stay for the crowd work. Like I feel like that's part of a comedy show.
Yeah, the one I just went to, there was some crowd work, which kind of relates directly to what we talk about on here, hating men and how they're stupid and dumb and idiots. But they asked the crowd, men in the crowd, if they could explain what menopause is, and none of them knew, which just really got me. It reminds me of those TikToks where people will be interviewed on the street and they're like, how do women pee with tampons in? And men are like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They got to take it out. I don't know. And I'm just watching it like, that's it.
Yeah.
I give up.
Yeah. I mean, but hey, when you walk into a comedy show, you sign that contract of like, if they call me out, I'm a good,
Right.
it's like going into a haunted house and saying I'm not going to try and punch people in the
Yeah,
face.
you have to be good with being embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think that sometimes men go in with the idea that like, oh, I'm so funny and like such a good sport and so cool that either A, they're not going to be able to pick on me,
Mm-hmm.
or B, it's going to be really cool, whatever they say and so funny. And then when it's about endometriosis or menopause or just being like, ooh, you're going to interrupt me while I'm talking.
Ask a man where pad sticks
Yeah.
frozen in place.
And then later on, they're like, well, I just couldn't think of it, but I know.
Yeah, I knew it deep down. I knew it deep down. Our episodes are just dedicated to cooking men at this point.
Yeah.
I hope that the men listening to this are enlightened.
Well, and what's the point of being a woman in a kitchen if I'm not going to cook a man?
Yeah, by the way, pad stick on the underwear,
They don't stick on your skin.
not on your body, you fucking psychopaths.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of gives me, I know we love talking about icks, but it gives me the ick when men don't know, like, the fundamentals of...
Stuff that we learn in fourth grade as women.
Right. Yeah. So, I can add that one to the ick list. Do you want to know what else I was thinking about?
What?
Like, I don't think men know this about women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't want to receive photos of, maybe.
Oh.
You know?
An eggplant emoji picture.
Yeah. I don't
I
want it.
I think there's a very specific time, place, and sect of people that like enjoy them all the time too.
All the time.
I don't know if I've ever, at least this far in my life, I don't think I've ever received one either that I really wanted,
Right.
or I don't think I've received one that I've asked for. This feels like something I should bring up in therapy.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe let's put a pin in that one.
Whoa. Anyway,
I
bringing
do
it back.
think that is now considered a form of sexual assault, by the
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
state by state.
Got
So
it.
in Virginia, unsolicited, illicit pictures like that
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Anyway,
Get it off my
it's
desk.
more of an ick pic.
Yeah. What are your, not the icks that you like think about?
Uh-huh.
What do you think other people are icked out from by you?
Well, first of all, I don't think, and that was your first mistake.
And you're not icky, so let's move on.
We already talked about how I'm perfect. Well, the one that you bring up all the time is that I like to drink seltzer water.
The thing that I shit on Hannah for constantly.
I love to drink a good bubbly water. I feel like I keep hitting the table with my mic. I like a good bubbly water, especially. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Especially when I'm hungover, carbonated water just hits so different.
Fucking jail. Okay, I have so many thoughts on this. I think Hannah's psycho for this because when you're hungover,
Yeah.
why would you want to drink something that made you hungover? Like, I'm drinking vodka sodas all night. I don't want to wake up the next morning and drink lime flavored soda.
Oh, my life is all about versatility and diversity and really just, exploring all my options. So I'm not
Okay.
always drinking a vodka soda.
Okay, but if you were, would you
I
wake up the next morning and be like, "Yup,
No, because
citrus soda"?
a vodka soda is typically club soda. You taste the lime in it, whatever. I'm
Oh
drinking
my
straight
God.
up carbonation in
It's
water.
still insane.
I don't see that in my brain it doesn't make so I also think the
Agree to disagree,
carbonation
bitch.
surprise bitch. I think the carbonation helps me too because then I get like a good hangover like burp or like a hiccup or something.
Do you prefer those to hangover sneezes?
Um
Hangover burps can be scary, dude.
they can but as women who frequently and burp, I feel like it just feels so good.
I never burp. I really don't know where you were going with that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
What are your red flag
Yeah,
or
I guess these
icks?
are more red flags. I don't really know that you drinking seltzer water gives me the ick about you, but it's a red flag to me.
You're so icked out, but still we're doing a podcast.
Yeah. One of my biggest red flags that Audrey calls me out for all the time is I'm I'm so clean and organized in our house and I love everything having its place. Um, but I cannot for the life of me put away my coffee creamer in the morning in a timely fashion.
Oh God, honey, no. Every time I'm
I'm
like, "Hey, are you leaving this out for a reason?"
no, I just fucking can't.
And thank goodness most of your coffee creamer is non-dairy, so you don't have
Right.
to worry about it.
But I get up in the morning, I make coffee, I get my coffee creamer out of the refrigerator and I set it. This is such like a man move. I set it on the counter next to my refrigerator and if it wasn't for my roommate, would stay there all fucking day. I cannot bring myself to put it back.
I, I
It is the
mean,
simplest thing to do and I just can't.
look, you're preaching to the choir as someone with ADHD.
Yeah. Yeah. I also I do pet voices.
Oh,
Yeah, like I
I
talk to my cat.
yeah, I do all different kinds of voices, pet and
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah. One other one that I was thinking about this week is that when I am like dating someone, I go from 0 to 100 and I do not have a middle ground. And maybe this is something I should talk about in therapy.
Hey, share with the class.
But I either don't want you to touch me with a 10-foot pole
Mm-hmm.
or I like you so much that like I need to be with you 24/7 or else I feel like I'm going to combust. And there's like no middle ground for me. I'm either like get away from you, you ogre, or I'm like shit. I actually like you a little bit. Can you crawl inside of my body at all times?
Yeah, you just want to put them in your pocket and carry them around.
I want to wear their skin.
Um, I think that's more of like a beige flag for you. Because it's
Okay,
like kind
fuck
of
that.
cute when you go,
I hate this. What's a beige flag? I think it's just a characteristic. What is a beige flag? I have been on this side of TikTok for months. Cannot tell you what a beige flag is.
I feel like beige is
But is this your
maybe the wrong color choice, whoever invented this.
I am so upset.
It's something weird and kooky that someone does, but it's
Like
not necessarily a
quirky?
bad thing. Yeah. Like it might be like Audrey may not see you leaving oat milk on the counter as like a bad thing. She's like, your beige flag is that you only leave oat milk, but you put everything else away.
Oh, kind of
Or like people will
grasping
be
the
like,
concept, but also not. It's okay. I'll
okay.
Urban Dictionary it after this episode.
It's like your dad's really cool, but like he just has like miniature trains in the basement. It's like he's probably just autistic. You know what I mean? I think the beige flag is just like,
He's
hey, you're
probably just-
probably you're on a spectrum of some sort. Autism, ADHD, ADHD, like whatever. Something's going on.
in mine is that I either don't like you or I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah, because some people would be like, I want you to be obsessed with me. I like it
Yeah.
when you have those like fits of being like, ooh, I want like all the physical contact right
Yeah.
now.
Okay. I was canoodling with someone last year who crazy, who told me that his biggest ick was girls who celebrate their birthdays too much.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Like if a girl celebrates her birthday like a bunch of different nights and has like a big party and posts all about it on Instagram and like makes a big deal and like drags on her birthday. He was like, ugh, ick.
I think there's a difference between dragging on a birthday and having like a birthday celebration with different friend groups
Yeah,
or
that's
like
valid.
having a dinner and then like having a party.
Yeah.
Um, but I think dragging on like the people who are like, it's my birth
Like,
week.
yeah, I remember I had my birthday party when I turned 26. I don't know what year. No, whenever my Euphoria birthday party was. I had that birthday party on like Memorial Day weekend. So it was like the May 30th or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't post on Instagram about it until like a week after. Because, you know, you're digesting the photos, you're looking through all the ones that people have yet to send you, whatever. And when I started talking to this guy, he was like stalking my Instagram and he was like, oh no, like, did you celebrate your birthday for a week? Because he perceived the difference in my actual birthday party night to me posting it about Instagram as being like a continuous celebration.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, we don't
Okay.
talk anymore though.
That is, yeah, from the perspective of the guy, like that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, also, what is it to you if a person you just met celebrated their birthday? It's
And
not
like,
like
was the fear that you just have to participate?
yeah, I was gonna say it's not like if you started dating them, you'd have to like buy them a birthday gift every night that you celebrate them,
Right.
and you
Who's
can
to say?
also say no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
One of my
Tired of men voicing their unwanted and unasked for opinions.
Oh, well, listen to this one.
Oh.
A couple weeks ago, one of my guy friends was telling me that he decided to cancel a date with a girl because he got icked out by the fact that she seemingly only listened to Taylor Swift and couldn't cook. Full stop. Those were the two reasons. We don't have to get into it.
No, I think we should.
I got into a fight about it
I would have.
with him, and then he got really mad at me, and I was like, those aren't big enough reasons to not go on a
Dude.
date with someone.
As someone who doesn't listen to Taylor Swift, it's totally okay if people just listen to Taylor Swift all the time, and that's like one of the only people they listen to.
Yeah, and
Like,
it
there's
was
no
like
shade in that game.
it was a touchy sub. It's I feel like cooking is touchy because it's so traditionally a woman's job, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
But that shouldn't be the case these days. And I understand if you are looking for a partner who wants to cook because you yourself like to cook. But I think, unfortunately, when a man voices that opinion, it just makes him sound like that's his expectation of her as a gender role, not as a hobby.
Yeah.
So that's what's so tough.
And it's like, it's not also necessarily that she's like being a bad cook or doesn't cook also doesn't equate to I wouldn't cook with you.
Right. Or
It
I don't
could be-
like to. Yeah.
It could totally be like, I don't have time. I never learned because of XYZ. I'm just like, it
Yeah, all I
overwhelms
can make
me.
is like pasta and okay,
Yeah, if I had
fine.
someone to do it with me, I'd probably do it more. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so that's, I think some of these things are taken like very much at face value. Like the world, everyone tries to put the world into black and white,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to dating
Yeah.
and politics. But
Yeah.
with dating, it's just, it's not a black and white situation.
No. No, it's not. Yeah.
People
So
are quick to cross them off. So boo to that man who I think I know who you're talking about.
there is a shared ick I think that women have all experienced.
Oh.
Not again, this isn't one that we perceive. This is one that we do and have probably icked out men by.
Oh,
Nipple pasties.
okay.
Like have you ever seen a man see you in nipple pasties?
I have never been blessed with the ability to really wear those.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little discriminatory to big titty committees, but
What's
yeah,
it like?
it's really like You feel like an alien when like you look down and you're just like, I seemingly have no nipple.
Yeah, I guess it's just a lot to ask of like a man to understand that there's
Yeah,
like
I mean, if they
fashion
don't get that
things.
we can pee with tampons in,
They don't know the sticky side of the pad,
yeah.
the dark side of the moon.
I had a friend in college go to hook up with a guy and she forgot she was wearing nipple pasties and he like peeled them off and like flung them and I was just like, ugh.
I hope that it didn't hurt because that sounds kind of painful if a guy
I feel
doesn't
like
know what
once
he's
you
doing.
use them enough, they're just kind
Okay.
of like they're like
Okay.
hardly sticky.
That's nice. I've only done that with like eyelashes. If you
Yeah,
like hook up at
oh.
someone's house and you're like, let me
Mhm.
just
Yep.
and
Yep.
then you wake up in the morning and it's like these
On
little
the bedside table.
spiders on your phone. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, do I want to
you
save
have a
this
trash
pair for
can?
later?
Yeah. Speaking of hooking up with people, our friend group has been running with a funny bit lately that I wanted to share with the internet.
Oh, please tell us.
Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, because I think I started it.
I think you did too. It was
Okay.
all your idea.
It was all me. I tell Cersei. I want her to know. That's Game of Thrones. You wouldn't understand.
Me or our listeners?
You. Did you watch it?
Yes.
Oh.
You stupid bitch.
Why did I think you? Who didn't? One of our friends didn't. Anyway.
I did.
Okay. Good.
From its inception
Perfect. Okay.
to the end.
So once upon a time, I went to. I went as a little bit on like a dry spell, like self reflective moment for a bit. And then I was ready to re-enter society.
I love when we rebrand not getting laid.
So I was a debutante for my pussy. And I was ready to re-enter society and I had a successful weekend and so I woke up in the morning and I put it in one of our friend group chats. I just put the by the Lonely Island I Just Had Sex link
So
to
good.
the YouTube music video.
It's so good.
So I didn't say anything else, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Hannah HD! Like I'm so happy for you! Like let's go, girl!" And then the questions came of like, "What happened? Who was it? Blah blah blah."
Mhm.
And now in our group, it's just whenever somebody has it, they've been putting it in, but it's kind of been only for the girls who aren't booed up at the moment.
I was just reflecting on this and I feel like that's not fair.
I don't
Give me direct insight into your relationship
I
and
would
send
like that
me
too.
send me
Nope.
the song every time.
So I don't think
Lucy, I'm talking to you.
I was gonna say I don't think we ever made a rule. It's just like none of the girls who are dating people
know.
seriously.
We need to open the floor to them.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
have a talk. This is an intervention, ladies. Let's fucking go. I know you all listen to this.
Yeah, they're the only ones who do.
I need to know.
Did you have that song on your iTunes?
I think so because I definitely had like I'm on a boat, my dick in a box.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Did
I
your-
saw the Lonely Island when they came here for
Yeah, that was
in
crazy of
concert.
you. They were at the Anthem,
It was
which
such
is like
a good concert,
not a
too.
small venue.
It was amazing. Anyway, you're talking.
Yes, I was going to ask you if your parents in any way like monitored your iTunes.
No.
Did you share an account?
Yeah, but I don't think my mom really monitored it that much
Lucky you.
in terms of like my parents were very like my mom's very like folk indie like super
Yeah.
like way off non mainstream and she always
She's,
has
like
been.
so hipster indie.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so like we never really she was very like open-minded when we grew up listening to different music.
Mm.
And I think her only concern was like curse words really at a certain point in time, but that was like kind of
Not like I just had
pre-iTunes.
sex and my dick in a box.
Well, that was like the pre-iTunes. Once you hit like, I don't know, 10,
Yeah.
she didn't like you've heard them all.
Did you buy them on iTunes? Or do you deserve to be in jail right now like the rest of us?
I definitely deserve to be in jail, but for other reasons.
Not for like
no,
LimeWire?
I didn't do LimeWire because we had a Mac, so it was like always weird to
Oh my
like
God, you were
sometimes do
rich.
stuff. It was for my mom's work. But we had a ton of CDs. And then when
Yeah.
iTunes became a thing, we put them
You
all
burned
in.
them, yeah.
And we burned CDs, we put them all in. So we had like all these like burned CDs that you had from friends. So you were able to get songs that way to put on your iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
We did buy songs once we had iTunes gift cards. So like if I was rich
Those were
from
huge.
birthday and Christmas and all, I'm like buying albums, all this stuff. And iTunes used to have the free downloads,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
I got so many good songs. I learned about so many good artists off that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then at a certain point in time when the gift cards ran out, I was like, convert YouTube to MP3.
That I was just about to say. I used to do mine primarily. My form of pirating music was YouTube to MP3, 100%. But I did. My dad shared an account with me and all my sisters, so I like had to monitor what type of music I was listening to. And I remember specifically Lil Wayne Lollipop having to like change the name of it so it didn't like suggest something inappropriate.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think I definitely listened to Lollipop and like Ms. New Booty without shame.
Oh my God,
all the
no.
time.
Yeah.
I also, my sister and I listen to like the same music. Obviously, I'm the younger sibling. I want to be exactly like her, and I still do. Kelly, hello. And so like it's all of her music in the library. I was just like, great, you got new music for us. So I was just like, whatever she's listening to is obviously fine.
Yeah.
I just never thought
It's
about
nice
it.
that you shared a music taste.
I mean, that's what I fucking want to kill this chair.
Yeah, I don't know how I keep accidentally giving you the squeaky one. I swear it's an accident. I did actually check both of them today and couldn't identify what one it was. But I'll work on that. It's just fun background noise to keep everyone at home attentive and probably distracted from what we're really talking about.
Yeah, same. I'm also distracted from what we're talking about. But this is another plea for any man who wants to date either of us to come and fix our furniture.
I can do that myself. Fuck that. Rewind. Bye.
I could do it. I just don't want to.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about something that came up recently when we were out and about on Saturday. That kind of also ties into like being home, iTunes, parents, whatever. Did you grow up going?
I never grew up. Sorry.
Cut. End the episode. Did you go out on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving a lot?
I did it once and I didn't like it.
One time? Oh my God.
I did it my senior year of
It's like my favorite holiday.
college because I was 21 then.
Yeah.
Well, actually, did I go out the other Wednesday? No, I think we did it around Thanksgiving, but it wasn't specifically the Wednesday before. I did it one time the Wednesday night before, downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Shout out. Sounds lit.
It was fine.
People still saying lit.
They are now.
Yeah. Start it back up, everyone.
This
is a plea.
It was fine. I just was like, it was just a lot of like, I was very overstimulated because there's a lot of people
There's a lot going
around
on,
and
yeah.
they're just like, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. What
And
are you up to? What are you up to? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm tired of having the same conversation. I just don't, I'm just overwhelmed and I just like, I'm not drunk enough and I want pizza and I want to go home and cuddle the stuffed animals that I left at my parents' house.
It's kind of how I feel right now. I historically really enjoy going out on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. But I think that's because after being home for like a few Christmases and going out and running into people from high school, I kind of like ripped the Band-Aid of having to see them again. So I was like excited to do that on Thanksgiving week. I also, this is gonna sound mad shallow and like rude of me.
Say it.
But I loved going out home in Florida because when I told people that I had like left and went to school out of state and never moved back and like got a job in DC, I felt like a fucking celebrity.
Really?
Yeah, because so many people don't leave like our hometown.
I mean, I guess it's true for a lot of places. People tend to stay where they grew up, but
I would have
you
more
would just think 'cause
conversations
it's
that
Florida, the people would be like, well, we're in Florida, so whatever.
Yeah, no, I would have more conversations than not where people would be like, "Oh my God, you went to school in North Carolina. What was that like? You live in DC. That's crazy." And I was like, "Oh my God, you live 30 minutes from one of the biggest cities in the US. Like, it's not that
Yeah.
different."
That's why I'm like, it's hard for me to fathom that
Yeah.
because it's like,
And Florida's an objectively cool place to live, despite its politics, which I don't agree with
yeah.
for the most part. Yeah, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
place. So
We
I'm
had
like,
fun when we went out that one time.
yeah, I'm like, it's
That's for another episode.
Is it? Can we get into it?
Do you want to talk about your
Didn't
23rd birthday?
Wait, didn't you just have a dream that they closed 11?
Oh my God, I did. I had it, and because I told
Yeah.
you, I did have a dream that they closed 11, the nightclub, strip club in Miami.
Yeah, one of the best clubs in the world. G-Eazy's favorite, actually. That's on the book somewhere.
We need to go back and get merch.
Yeah, we can probably order it on the interweb. My 23rd
I figured out
birthday,
your Christmas gift.
we please, please. I want 11 merch so bad. Just want to walk around in strip club sweatshirts.
11 hat.
Oh, a hat would be sick.
A flat brim.
I just got my first flat brim yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, at a concert.
I had one in 2009.
I know, I do feel like I need etnies with it.
Yeah, some chunky sneaker.
Yeah, I'm kind of vibing though.
No, a flat brim's cool.
Well, I'm obsessed with Brianna Chicken Fry and she wears them all the time, so I just have to do everything to be like her.
Fair.
I am pretty upset though. She's like naturally brunette and had been blonde for like the majority of her career and just dyed her hair brown again. And now everyone on the internet is like, I want brown hair too. And I'm just like, I did it first.
I heard that Brown Chicken Fry did it because you had brown hair.
See, that's also the rumor going around town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wants to be
She
like
hasn't commented
you.
yet. She's been a little busy with Zach Bryan,
No, she's just a little bit.
but I'll let you know
Yeah,
if she comes out publicly and gives me credit.
perfect.
What were we talking about? Oh, my 23rd birthday. I knew this episode was going to be off the rails because,
Speaking of off the rails, us in Miami.
yeah, my 23rd birthday, we went home to South Florida and a bunch of my friends from DC flew in. Some of my friends from home came through and we were staying in Fort Lauderdale. And one of like the actual night that we were celebrating my birthday, we decided to go out in like downtown Miami. And I had friends there who were in law school at at the time, so we had like places to stay. And my sister and brother-in-law lived in Miami at the time. So we had all these amazing resources at our disposal. And as you do, we got so goddamn intoxicated. And this night is one of the ones where you look back and you're like, this derailed so hard that someone should have been unalived. Like, we do not deserve life after what we did.
When I say I should be in jail for other reasons, it's just whatever happened that night.
Same. And, you know, a lot of it we don't know.
And I shan't, and I ought not to, and
Yeah,
I never will,
I
and
never
I've made
want
peace
to.
with it. But we pre-aimed at your friend's apartment. We were going to go back and stay at her apartment, I think,
Supposedly.
because I left all my stuff there.
hmm
We take pictures. We go to this first bar. We're having a great time. It was
All
just
I remember
so
is that
fun.
there was some type of bird in the name, like Blackbird.
I think it was.
I think it was Blackbird in
Yeah.
like downtown
Naked
Brickell.
and
Yeah.
Afraid was on the TV in the bar.
Such a vibe. One of my favorite
I did
shows.
shots with the bartender because we bonded over it.
Yeah,
Like,
we were all spending obscene amounts of money on our like $40,000 a year salaries buying like $40
I was
vodka
like, it's
sodas.
Kimmy's 23rd. We're having a hell
Yeah.
of a weekend.
Yeah, and we did. And then we went from that bar to 11, right? Which
Yeah.
was the strip/club. It's like a club with strippers,
With
dancers. Yeah. Who happen to not wear clothes all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
we were
a-
having a great time. We get in, you immediately lose your phone.
No, so what I remember is you and
Okay.
I get in together.
Yes, I remember
And
that.
I think we go to the bathroom and we come out and we go to like the first bar we see and
And-
we're like getting
I just remembered. Do you remember getting in? One of Kayla's friends wanted to pay for me because it was my birthday.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then one of our other friends had brought a friend along, and his very generous like cover that he was shelling out for all of us only covered
Yeah.
that girl and her friend. And so Hannah and
was-
I got
he was
cut
gonna-
at the end,
it was
having
gonna
to
be you and I.
having to pay for ourselves, which, you know, we were big girls and we handled it. But it was my birthday.
Yeah. So we had a sour start then after that. We go to the first bar we see, we get drinks, and I think we kind of like, because we all had to kind of like parse in then.
Yeah.
Because we all had to pay cover and they were like making you wait in the line to look cool.
Yeah.
Then, is there a cat?
Yeah.
Is she screaming?
No, she's not screaming. She just wants to get in back here.
Okay.
Go ahead, Holly. Oh, she's not going to now that I open the door. That's fine.
Okay.
We
Well,
can leave
they
it.
can look in your closet.
That's fine. Enjoy, everyone.
Yeah. So we are waiting at this bar, getting drinks, waiting for everyone to kind of join in. And then that's when it's like, oh, that guy was going to get like a table somewhere. They're going to feel it out and then come back and let us know or whatever as other people
Yeah.
came in. And it was just like a little bit chaotic in terms of the organizing in my head.
I was wearing
then-
a romper. So were you.
Same.
Oh my God.
Same. Yeah. I remember like some guy was like next to me and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. So I was like, hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing for work?
Rompers at the Club.
Rompers at the Club.
Rompers.
Fully naked, titties out, taking a piss.
Episode name Rompers at the Club. I'm fucking dying. Y'all.
Yeah. And then I remember talking to him. And then the next thing is I'm still standing at that same bar. There's not really anyone around me. But I don't know where my phone is, which had my credit card in it, and my shoes are off, and I don't know where they are. So that's
I
kind
think
of
I
what
remember
happened.
you taking your shoes off basically as soon as we got in there.
Yeah,
Because you were like, I'm mad uncomfortable. And I was like, just do it, girl. You're safe here.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we didn't have anywhere to sit.
So I remember going in with you and getting a drink. And then I remember going to that guy's table / he bought like seats right by the stage. Going down there, like throwing dollar bills. Literally. I don't know where I got them or who gave them to me, but I was throwing them. And then I remember said friend who took our cover to get in texting me being like, you're an awful friend. And I was like, bet. What did I do? And she was like, Hannah lost all her shit. We're taking her home. And
My phone was in the bathroom, by the way. That's what happened.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I think everyone's like perception of time was so off because for me, that was like 20 minutes after we got there and it was probably like 3 hours.
Yeah, I was like, it could have been like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So
was
then
like
I
4.
remember my best friend from home, Amanda, her boyfriend and some of their friends had another table and I went to meet them and I just remember standing there crying, being so upset that like I thought everyone was mad at me. People left early. I was like trying to socialize with these like new guys and like Amanda and Phil and I was just like bawling and I couldn't get my shit together. And then I found Kayla, who we were staying with, supposedly, and she lost her keys. So then we had to go to my sister's house, who she thankfully never locked the door. Crazy take, but she doesn't. And
I forgot about
by
that
the time
part.
we got to her and my brother-in-law's house, they were getting up for work. It was like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they would just like get in our bed. And me and Kayla just slept in a king-size bed.
I came to in this bar with like club, I guess, with none of my shit. Was like running around, like I was crawling on the ground. My shoes are back on at this point, and all the performer dancers are like, "Honey, like, are you okay? What do you need?" I'm like, "I lost my phone." They're like, "It's gonna be okay. Like, come back tomorrow. They probably have it here, but
Yeah.
just like they won't give it to you
Great
tonight.
place.
Call in the
I mean,
morning or whatever." And
The customer service.
they were so sweet. And then I like am just like looking around. I'm looking around the floor at the tables. I can't see anybody. And I happen to come across that other girl and her friend. And they're like, "We're going." And we like stay at whoever's relative. And then the next morning we all get together. And then like hearing how like Matto also had a night and somehow
Everyone
like survived.
independently
And then
had-
you guys like couldn't find anywhere. And then luckily Melissa's door is open. And,
Yeah, and Kayla's keys were in her purse the whole time.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then we're just sitting in the lobby of Kayla's building. I have like a Snapchat video of all of our feet because it's like some people are
we all
barefoot
had
because
taken
we
our
had
shoes off.
heels. You
Yeah.
had like sneakers or slippers on or something.
I was
from
barefoot because I
Melissa.
was so uncomfortable from my heels the night before. Yeah.
We were just sitting there, and I'm like, it was crazy.
In
I had to
distress.
get driven back to the club the next morning at like almost 10 a.m. I was in my romper from the night before. I was not wearing my
Your
shoes.
club romper.
My club romper.
Specify.
And I was not wearing my heels. And I went up to the door and I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up my phone. They open the door. The music is bumping.
24/7,
still.
baby.
They're like probably doing breakfast. And they're like, hey, we can't let you in. You don't have shoes on. I'm like, fair. I actually don't really want to go in. And then they like confirm it's my phone and give it back to me. And
I don't
then
understand
we
how people
proceed to have
live.
the weirdest rest of that trip. Oh,
I don't understand how
finally.
people live in Miami and do that all the time. Like, I used to go out in Miami once a year for New Year's,
That's crazy to me.
and that was more than enough.
Seriously.
Like, I couldn't do that every night or like every like every week. Like, I just simply couldn't do it.
Holly has the zoomies right now.
Yeah, I kind of love it. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that story of my 23rd birthday.
We'll talk more about the other birthdays, the other times you've cried in strip clubs. Because if you thought that was a one and done, you're wrong.
Do you have a gamey game for me?
I kind of do. I would like you to rank and file some things for me like we normally do.
Oh my God, is it a blind ranking?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. You're gonna get 5.
Okay.
One being your like hard no, 5 being your yes.
Mm-hmm. What about what?
Would you swipe for this person on Hinge?
Okay.
More Hinge prompts.
Let's go.
Okay. This one is monogamy. I can be monog, but I lean ENM if with the right partner.
We talked about this. What's ENM?
Ethically non-monogamous.
So if you're with the right person, you don't want to be monogamous?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 5 is no?
5 is yes.
Okay. 1. Fuck that. That not only is that a weird take, but I don't like the way they wrote it.
Yeah, it's tough. Okay. The best way to ask me out is by
Asking me out.
just asking.
3.
Okay.
I'll save 4 for something worse because I know we can get there.
Okay.
Wait, am I going in the right direction? Technically, it's fine.
It would be 2 for something
Okay.
worse.
Yeah. God.
Okay, this one is my greatest strength. I know where the clit is.
No, you don't. If we're taking bets,
Guys, somebody put this in their actual dating profile.
that is so icky.
I know. It's so bad.
I don't want to see that written out. Ugh.
Get it off my desk.
Get it off my desk. Oh no. Okay, I gotta put that as 2.
Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3.
Oh God, these ones better be good.
This one is dating me is like your wildest dream.
Okay, I'll do 5 because that could be a Taylor Swift reference.
Okay.
I would like to believe it is, and therefore that's okay in my brain.
Okay. And then the last one I have here is I want someone who is real. Period.
2. That's kind of funny too.
Wh-
What?
2? You
What?
mean 4?
4. Oh my God, I need to go to bed.
Okay. So to recap, you have can be monog, but Eileen E&M if with the right partner is absolutely not.
No.
And then we had, oh my God, sorry. And then we had the best way to ask me out is by just asking
2.
was
Yeah.
2. Okay. And then,
No, that was 3. I don't know.
well,
Whatever. Thanks for listening.
someone in DC knows where the clit is, and that's really all you need to know today, folks.
And it's probably a lie.
Find us online where you have media that's super social. We are @ funny hot very cool.
And Funny Hot V Cool on Twitter, although
We don't use
we
it.
don't
at
use
this
it,
point,
so that's fine.
Do what you want. Hit us with a subscribe, a like, a share,
A rate.
a review,
All the above.
a notify.
You're feeling generous.
Yeah. And hey, you can interact with us too on social media and shit. Don't
Yeah,
be
we
shy.
answer. we're not so famous that we don't respond to our DMs.
We may be funny, hot, and very cool, but we're only slightly intimidating.
All right.
All right, bye, stupid idiots.
Bye.
Bye.